Alright, so today we're going to talk about key signatures and how to read them. Okay, before you learn to do key signatures, you got to know your lines and your spaces on your treble staff. Okay, you don't need to know them for your bass staff particularly, but you do need to know them for your bass. I mean for your treble. So your treble, your bottom line from the bottom, it's going to go E, second line G, B, D, F, or every good boy deserves fudge, or elephant's got big dirty feet. Okay, either way. Spaces spell face. F, that first space, A, C, E. Okay, so that's a requirement to that you need to know before you go on to reading key signatures. Key signatures. Okay, there's three ways you read it. We're gonna go over the beginning way that we're all taught. Okay, so this is what we do. We look at, pay attention just to the G major, to this first one right here. Okay, so we're looking at example 111, and there's one sharp we can see right here in the beginning. Okay, that sharp is on a line. It's on the top, very top line. That top line is your F. Remember, E, G, B, D, F. Okay, so it's on an F. And so we say that F is sharp and we call it F sharp. Now in order to read sharp key signatures, you go to the last sharp, which in our case is an F sharp, and we go up a half step of an F sharp. Okay, one half step above F sharp is G. So we are in G major. That's where we get G major from. Okay, and in G major, we learn that there's one sharp, and that sharp is F sharp. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. We go over here, we have two sharps. Okay, remember our rule. We go to the last sharp. It's not that one. This one, it's an F sharp. I'm sorry, it's a C sharp. Okay, now we go up half a step from a C sharp. Half a step from a C sharp is D. So we are in, and then you just say we are in D major. And that's where you get D major from. And in D major, we have two sharps. Those sharps are F sharp and C sharp. Okay, let's try another one. We have three sharps. Okay, we go to our last sharp, which is above that our first line. So that's a G. Our last sharp is a G sharp. We go up half a step above the G sharp, and that is an A. Okay. Now we say we are in A major. A major has three sharps, and the order of our sharps goes from left to right. So it's F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. That is A major. Okay, and you can kind of tell, like I said, you go left to right, but you have to kind of go down too. See, so here's left, and then you kind of go down, and then you go up. These are going to start to go up and down, but you're still reading them left to right. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We have four sharps, and we just go to our last sharp, and that's a D sharp that it's on. Okay, see that? Elephants got big dirty D sharp. Go up a half step, and that is an E. Okay, so we are in the key of E major. We have four sharps. And the order, and our sharps are F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. Okay, you kind of see, like I said, we read it left to right, but these are kind of zigzag and in between. See, F sharp, down, C sharp, up, F sharp, G sharp, went down to D sharp. Okay, That's basically it. We'll try two more, and then we can go on to, we can try the last one too. All right. So we have 5 sharps. Okay. And now we go to our last sharp. That's on our second space. Our second space is an A from face, F-A-C-E. So our last sharp is A sharp. We go up half a step from A sharp. That is B. We are in B major. And we have 5 sharps. And those sharps are F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp. Okay. Now, you can see it's getting a little longer and a little harder. Okay, let's go to the next one. We have 6 sharps. 6 sharps. Go to our last sharp, which is on our fourth space, which is also known as face, F-A-C-E, on our spaces. So it's E sharp. Go up a half step from E sharp. Now, E sharp, it gets a little tricky because E sharp is also known as F. Okay, because remember, E to F is a half step. If we sharpen E, which is E sharp, it's really F. E sharp sounds like F. It's just spelled differently. Okay, so if we're going up a half step from E sharp, which is F, we go up a half a step, which makes that either E double sharp, because when you can sharp a note, but it's going to be double sharp. But it's not going to be E double sharp because that's weird when you get into saying, "Oh, I play E double sharp scale over this." No, you just say, or we're in E double. You don't even want to say, "Oh, we're in E double sharp key major key." You don't say that. So we simplify it. So since we sharped E twice, we're just going to call it F sharp major. Okay? Because if you look at F sharp, it's the same thing as E double sharp. It's just easier to say F sharp. So we're in F sharp major. So we have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and E sharp. Okay? Now these sharps continue through our entire piece, whatever we're playing. So let's say we go back to G major. Okay? This little sharp, this one sharp, anytime I hit an F through that piece, it may look like a regular F, but you need to go back and look at the beginning of every line and see if you see that. If you see this right here, the sharp, that means that anytime you play an F through that entire piece, it's going to be an F sharp. Okay, so if we play F on the first string, the E string, our F natural is on first string, first fret. If you want to sharp any note, you find its natural note and you go up a half step towards the body. So F that was on first string, first fret becomes F sharp, or F sharp, I'm sorry. We have F natural, which is first string, first fret. If we sharp that F, we're going one half step higher, or 1 fret higher into the body. So that now becomes F sharp, which is first string, second fret. Okay? So anytime we hit an F sharp, because it's in our key signature in G major, that means we're always going to hit an F sharp throughout the entire piece, unless we see a natural sign. But we don't get into natural signs once you're learning your major keys. It's just easier to know it. Okay, so that one way to read your major key signatures for sharps is just go to the last sharp and then go up half a step and say major, and that's your key for major sharps, for sharps that are major. Okay, another way we learn it, this is the kind of the almost like You're just regurgitating it as you go. Okay, check this out. G major, we have one sharp. D major, we have two sharps. A major, we have three sharps. E major, we have four sharps. B major, we have five sharps. F major, we have six sharps. C sharp major, we have seven sharps. Okay, you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that in the very beginning. But you learn to only think, oh, there's just one sharp. There's two sharps for this key, this key, this key. You need to learn to correlate not only the number of sharps, but you got to know what is sharp. And particularly, it'd be good if you know what sharp in the order, because there is an order, which leads us to our third way of learning key signatures. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We have G major, D major, A major, E major, B major, F sharp major, C sharp major. Okay, check this out. Look at our sharps. They keep increasing. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They don't just throw sharps on there randomly. There's an order to these sharps. Okay, here's 1 sharp, F sharp, 2 sharp, F sharp, C sharp, 3 sharp, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, 4 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. You can kind of see, look, in G major we had F sharp. In order to be in D major, we're going to carry that first sharp and we're going to add a new sharp, which is, so just keep your, we carried over our first sharp, okay, and then you go up 5 notes counting that F sharp. So it's F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp. Okay, and then that's how they got that. You carry these two over in order to get to A major. So you carry your F sharp, carry your C sharp. Now, count 5 up from C sharp, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp. That becomes our new sharp in order to make it A major. Which, if you go back to the first rule, these all kind of connect together. That you go to the last sharp, G sharp, go up half a step, and we are in A major, which has 3 sharps. Like I said, there is an order. These sharps that we're adding, every time we're adding a sharp, we're going up in 5. See, here's F. Count up F. 5 from F. That's a C sharp. That's our new sharp. Count up 5 from C sharp. That's a G sharp. Now we're in the key of A. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. Count up 5 from G sharp, and that is a D sharp. Look at that. D sharp's the last sharp. F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. Go up half a step, and we are in a E major. Okay, so these rules kind of correlate to each other, but in order to first read, I would say just learn to read your last sharp and go up half a step. Second way when you're learning it is to memorize the number of sharps to your key. So 1 sharp is G major, and then also remember what is sharp, and I would try to remember in the order. Okay, and the third one, you're learning the order of sharps and how they're working together in order to get from G to D to A to E. Okay, so that's my little spiel on key major key signatures for sharps. Flats, it's a whole different story. It has its own set of rules too, but for now, just go over these and pull out that sheet I wrote you out for major sharp keys. All right.